Biomechanical Analysis of the Bench Press by Yamamoto and Charlie Updegrave. The bench press exercise, BPE, is receiving increasing interest as a field testing, training, therapeutic modality to improve neuromuscular performance or to increase bone mass density. Several studies have been performed using BPE as a standard for increasing upper limb strength. Primarily, the muscles used when performing the bench press are going to be the pectoralis major, anterior deltoid, triceps, and anterior serratus. When pushing the bar forward, the scapula are coming forward around the back, which is helping to bring the shoulder forward. The retraction of the scapula is done so with the help of the rhomboids and trapezius. This information is highlighted in more depth in the video, Bench Week, Day 1, Anatomy of Bench Press.
So with improper form, these are some common mistakes that someone makes with their form and performing bench press. These mistakes include keeping the back too flat. This will close off the chest and make the shoulders roll forward. When this happens, the shoulders are now doing the primary lifting rather than the pecs of the chest, also known as shoulder overactivation. Another one is allowing the wrist to relax into a hyperextended position. The weight of the bar can cause the wrist to extend, so the bar is being pushed up with the palm rather than remain in a neutral position with the wrist aligned with the arm. Also, not using the legs. The legs provide a base of support for when you begin to lift heavier. Pushing with the legs into the ground will help when beginning to lift the bar off the chest. And finally, lifting the head off the bench. Lifting the head makes it more likely that the back will become flat, which was the first mistake. Lifting the head causes the chest to sink and the shoulders to rise. This will result in deactivation of the pecs.
Analysis of improper form. The following video shows a person bench pressing with their head raised from the bench. When you raise your head, it creates opportunity for neck injuries. Straining of the sternocleidomastoid is one of the most common places for neck pain or injury when performing the bench press. The second video shows what it looks like when the wrists become hyperextended when lifting the bar. Not only will this cause discomfort of the wrist, but it also causes the elbows to become flared and go in front of the bar. This will not make you stronger as you lift, as well as makes you more prone for injury when performing the bench press.
Analysis of proper form. To properly perform bench press, you should follow these steps. Lie flat on the bench with the head and body in a neutral position. Position hands approximately shoulder width apart on the bar. Keep the wrists in a neutral position. Do not let them extend backwards or flex forward. Lift the bar and position it in the middle of the chest. Lower the bar so that it can come barely contact with the sternum. Bend at the elbows, allowing them to come to about a 45-degree angle to the side. Use your legs to create a solid base. Press your feet into the floor as if you were driving your back and traps into the bench. And gradually add weight to the bar when you feel comfortable and have a spotter.
Proper form examples. The first video in the top right shows the proper muscles being used in correct alignment anatomically. The second video in the bottom right breaks down the proper form of the bench press. The first clip we'd like to show in the bottom right video shows complete reps from multiple angles. Notice how they keep their head down. Back is not completely flat, it has a little arch in it. Wrists are neutral, the bar is in the middle of their chest, and the feet create a solid base. This video for this part will start at 15 seconds and end at 35 seconds. The second part of the second video in the bottom right gives more detail into each step of the proper form, making sure to have proper grip and placement of the body to create the most power without creating more chances for injury when performing the bench press.
So in conclusion, knowing the proper form when performing bench press is very important. To avoid injury and keep yourself safe, it is recommended that one shows the proper form and has a spotter when lifting. And finally, keeping proper form will give you the best results for the work that you are putting in. The next slide is our references.